Welcome to Coaching Uncut, a special series on the Unstoppable Woman podcast, where I take you behind the scenes and give you a peek into the private coaching I do with my clients. All of these coaching calls have been recorded with the permission from my clients who have generously allowed me to share these with you as a way of helping more people in this world. They give you access to master level coaching and the opportunity to learn the lessons that they're learning right along with them. Please keep in mind that these recordings are not studio productions and the audio quality may be less than ideal, but the content will take you far and help you become unstoppable. With that, listen in and learn.
Hello, how are you? Better than yesterday, but not as well as I want to be.
Okay, fair enough.
That's progress, right? That's progress a little bit.
Yeah. Tell me all about it.
Okay, so I don't know what is going on, but I think my subconscious might be throwing a little bit of a tantrum because now it's not my health. It's just like things are just going too fast. And I have too many things that are unresolved, and I can't seem to get traction. This is a story that I keep hearing in I keep hearing my brain keep telling myself that. So it seems like no matter what I do, I can't, I'm like, I forget to record time in my timekeeping system, and there are just so many things that are just open right now and sort of in flux, and I just can't seem to get traction. But I know that's not true, but I don't know where this is really coming from. But I feel like I'm now officially in day 2 of being in my head. So that's kind of where I am.
So I think you're onto something in terms of your subconscious trying to sabotage, okay?
Yeah.
Which is, if we put it in a nicer way, it's trying to keep you safe based on what it knows from your previous levels of safety, right? What you have been able to do in the past, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And survive. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not intentionally trying to F up your life, but it is. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nonetheless. So let's figure out what you might be engaged in doing that is triggering this freak out.
I can offer a couple of things.
Okay. Start talking.
My numbers are really good.
Yeah.
I'm up 30% from last year so far.
Yeah. And you have a
come.
fucking great life, right?
Yeah. Right. That's not. Okay. None of this is normal. Like, this is not right. None of this, and I think, it's like bringing up my set points, I guess. So it's saying like, oh my God, like you're so close to succeeding. I can even see it from here. Like 2021 is going to be like a friggin' awesome year. Like even this year, it's October and you've made it through and nobody died and nothing burned, and you're in fact up in revenue, and like everything, like there's more to come. It's going to get better and better. Business is picking up. You're going to have to hire another attorney, which is like I just talked about that with my people at HTM today. Like everything is going at a really fast trajectory. I'm just not used to growing this fast or having things be this good. And what am I going to do like when it all comes true?
Yeah.
Like it's like what am I going to do? It's like it's almost like a
well. Wait a second.
Okay.
What are you going to do? Not the fear stuff, but what are you going to do? Let's play out that vision. What are you going to do as you keep growing? Like, what if you made double what you've already made this year, this month?
Oh
my God. It just like keeps flooding in. What will you do? Go back to your vision. Don't freak out.
Okay. So, I will, circle back with my HTM CFO and my bookkeeper and see what I can get off of my balance sheet in terms of like I've got debts and stuff that I need to pay off. I can send my kid to private school without worrying about how much it's going to cost. I can pay off my car. I can, if I want to. We can go on vacations again if we want to, like actually get an RV or a trailer that we've been talking about. Let's see. Start setting aside money for the horse farm in earnest. Fund retirement. I mean, there's just a lot of places where this money can go. You know, I can actually figure out a way to incentivize my staff because, you know, the revenue is there to do that with. Let's see.
Okay.
Maybe
so
not work so hard, I guess. Yeah. There's a lot of positive things. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So when you think about that, are you psyched about it?
I have some niggles still.
Yeah, this is what's happening. So let's talk about the niggles, okay?
Okay. I would be I'll just preface by saying, I would be so much more comfortable if I was just barely squeaking by. Like, oh, phew, dodged a bullet.
Right.
Yes. Right, exactly. You're exactly right. Okay. So, right, what was the question again?
So what are the niggles?
Okay. So first of all, being these numbers are really high. I've never seen numbers this high in my whole life. I never thought I would make this much money in a lifetime, much less in a year. And we're fast approaching $500,000. That's
I love it. I love it.
That's fantasy land. It just doesn't even seem real to me. So then of course it's just like, oh shit. It's almost like being afraid of heights. The niggles. Well, who am I to have this much money? Like, what could I possibly have done to deserve all this good fortune? It's, you know, it's tied back into the self-worth. Like, what am I going to do with it? Should I hide it? Should I don't know. Like, is it okay to keep, because you don't have to pay off your debts. You can even live off of that. I mean, you can leverage, you know, you don't have to be paid off. So the part where we can start spending money on our lifestyle, if we want to up our lifestyle, is even sooner than it might even be, you know, as opposed to paying off debt. Like, that could come really quickly. So then it's like, oh, there's the niggle about carrying debt. It's just like all the old money stuff coming back. But it's all tied into what do I think, who do I think I am to have all this success.
Right. So it's deservability. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So who do you think you are to have all this success?
Well, if I'm the person I want to be, it's not tied with whether I deserve it or not, because we all deserve it. Like, every single one of us, every single person on this earth deserves this. It's not me being better than anybody else. It's not me being even better than I used to be. It's just me acknowledging that it's okay to receive something.
Correct.
Full stop. You know what I mean? Like the end. Like, you don't have to earn it necessarily. Like, you do things in accordance with the laws, right? But
you have to do. I mean, you've been doing the work, right? There's lots of things in the tangible, physical world that are creating these outcomes. Okay, you've invested in yourself. You've done the learning. You've done the marketing stuff. You're totally making different decisions. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you've been doing. Okay, you're up leveling hugely. Okay, let's not just make this airy fairy magical thinking. Okay, there's a ton of real on the ground work that you are doing. Now, that being said, you're also stepping into letting go of the old stories that say you're not someone who does this, okay? And it's had a huge manifestation effect for you, okay? It's actually had a huge impact, okay? Yeah. And you can see it in your bottom line, okay?
Yeah, right.
So
I can't deny it. It's not just in my, it's in my world now. It's it's out there for everybody to see.
Yeah, and that's the thing that's getting you. You've said that twice. Do I need to hide it? It's out there for everyone. So, you're afraid of the judgment, okay? And do you want to, okay, so then you have to make a decision, okay? What do you want more? Not to be judged, or the horse farm? Not to be judged, or the private school for your kids? Not to be judged, or not to be in struggle? Not to be judged, or to go on vacation? Which do you actually
I want column B. Is really
Fuck yeah, right? I mean, there's like zero question. Zero question.
You're right.
Okay? So now you have to do the thing. Okay?
Okay.
Now, because this is a terror barrier that you're facing right now.
Yes.
Okay?
It is.
Okay? And it's very much going to either make or break you. You're either going to stop here and like tumble and backslide, which might happen. Okay? You might, there's three things that could happen. Tumble and backslide and then pick yourself up and go again. Okay? All good. We can shorten that because you've tumbled for a day or two. Not a big deal. Shorten that and go. Or you can like go into the fucking abyss. Okay? Like those are the three options. Okay?
Awesome.
Yeah, right? Like when you look at it, like these are your choices. Which do you choose? Because your greatest power is your power to choose. Which do you choose?
Well, I'm going to choose to go into the abyss and see what is over there, because it can't be bad, or else I wouldn't be going in that direction. And I will just trust that it will become familiar to me over time. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Okay, I think we're talking about two different things when I say that.
Yeah, I know. When you visualize, I know. Well, I figure the other thing is like when I'm visualizing the stair, like running the stairs.
Yeah.
And for me, if I go up that, I hit the terror barrier and I go up and over, I can't see what's on the other side.
No, you can't. And that's uncertainty. And we don't like, as human beings, when it's too uncertain. Okay?
That's right.
But the abyss that I was talking about was,
that's a different
what you're saying. Yeah. The option 3 was like, let's just keep spiraling. Okay?
Yeah, no, that's not an option.
Yeah. Okay. But I get the abyss that you're talking about, which is I'm going to take the leap and I'm going to go into the unknown. Okay. Okay.
I didn't realize I wanted that until just now, but
yeah. But that's what I want. Okay, great. Yeah. So then you have to ask yourself, how quickly do you want to go to that place, right? Because option 1 was like, we're going to take a few more days of spinning out. And option 2 was like, right the fuck now.
Yep, right now.
Okay. So then you just go.
Okay.
And it really is whenever the noise comes up, it's like, I refuse. That is not what I'm focusing on. That is not what I'm working with. I'm not paying attention to that. That is the way I stop, and I'm going into the positive abyss, the uncertain, okay?
The plus abyss, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
I think you gave me a coaster one time that said, I don't have time for my own bullshit. I'm not available. Available.
Not available for my own bullshit. Exactly.
Good. I got it. Okay, good.
Yeah. That's exactly what you need right now.
That's what I need right now.
Yeah.
I created a terror barrier for myself. Isn't that kind of cool?
Yeah. I mean, this is a great problem to have, right? If as problems go. Yeah. And you're really, what I love about the way you're moving through it is that you're being extraordinarily honest about where you're at and willing to, see what's going on, answer the questions, not try and put on like the pretty face just to say everything's fine, I'm doing so great, but to like be really honest, and then we can deal with what's happening. Okay.
Right.
So this is all good. It's all good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now my adrenaline's all going.
Okay.
For no apparent reason, I'm very excited.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I love it. I have one more question for you before we get off the phone. Sure. How much money do you want to make this week?
Oh, this week. Let's see. What popped in
addition?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Such a random number. $17,000.
Okay, let's do it. Okay. So that's your. Yeah.
That even seems low to me. So let's. I'm going to write down a different number. I'm going to write down something really ambitious. $23,000. Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah. This is what you need to do to break through. Okay.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. Your subconscious knows that you're still going to be the essential spiritual Heather that you are with money, with making money easily, with growing quickly. Okay.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
And
you're also saying that there's a part of me that's going to have to be, that will be, lost, sacrifice, like cast away, but there's a great part of me that's going to keep continuing. It's not like dying.
Yeah. The part that's like afraid of growth, that is afraid of judgment, that's worried what other people are going to think, that doesn't think she deserves it. All of that most definitely needs to be sacrificed. Okay.
Right. Okay.
But your subconscious needs to know that your spiritual self is still there, right? The essence, the soul. Okay.
Right.
You don't become a different person on an essential level, but you grow the sides of you that you want to grow. Like, okay, so let me say this slightly differently. I think this is an important point. A lot of people are afraid of getting wealthy because they think they're going to become that bitchy person.
Yeah.
Okay. And they might. It's certainly possible. Okay. Because money just, unless you make conscious decisions to do it differently, makes you more of who you already are. Okay? So there were aspects of myself that I didn't like, Heather, when I wasn't making as much money as I'm making now. Yeah. And I had to consciously work on those. Because if I didn't, that was what was going to grow. Now, there were a lot of beautiful things about who I was that were either suppressed because I was in fear or were expressed, but, and those have grown. I've got a lot of generosity, intelligence, compassion, right? Like there's all sorts of really positive things that I get to do more of now because I'm making lots of money, okay? But the aspects of me that I didn't like, I had to really work on those. And when I get tired or stressed, or I just did this cleanse, I don't know if I told you, but I'm in 12 days of this cleanse, okay? Yeah, and all this stuff, right, is like getting purged out of my system. And I got kind of snappish. And I haven't been disrespectful to someone in years, okay? I remember the last time I was disrespectful to someone. And it happened when I was rushed and stressed, okay? Not my finest moment. And I was snipping with someone and disrespectful in this earlier in the week. Going off coffee, I was on my cleanse. I could come up with all sorts of excuses. But I was like, oh, that's the old effing me that I didn't want to come up. Now, she was there when I was poor, okay? It had nothing to do with money, okay? But I don't want to be that person. There's a seed of that still in you as much as you work it out, okay? But I would advise you to start looking at, you know, what are the things that you don't actually like about how you show up, like that you don't want to grow.
Yeah, for sure. It's amazing that you've got the choice.
You absolutely 100% have the choice. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's food for thought.
Yeah.
That's a lot of food for thought. Okay, good. All
right.
Yeah. All right, good. Thank you.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Take care.
Talk to you soon.
Okay.
Good. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for joining us for Coaching Uncut. If you loved what you learned today, please leave us a comment and let us know. We always love a thumbs up or a 5-star review, so thank you in advance for that. And if you want to take your life and your business to the next level and it's time to scale, please reach out to us and schedule a consult at theunstoppablewoman.com/next level. So that's theunstoppablewoman.com/next level. See you in the next episode. Rock it out and be unstoppable.